While it is true there is not a single Greek manuscript that I'm aware of that contains the divine name, or the Tetragrammaton, the meaning certainly is found within the pages of the New Testament. The very first translation of the Old Testament was from Hebrew into Greek, the Septuagint, and it occurred shortly, or maybe even just right before, the prohibition on speaking the name. And so some of the early Septuagints did include a Paleo-Hebrew Tetragrammaton, but eventually it began to use the substitute, which was Kyrios, Strong's number 2962. And so there are times where Strong's number 2962 carries the meaning of Yahweh, or the divine name. And so I believe there's over 230 times in the New Testament where the meaning is contained in the verse. For instance, I count at least 91 times that I believe are quotes from verses in the Old Testament that include the divine name. One of the earliest verses is where it's quoted in regards to John the Baptist, that he was the voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, quoting from Isaiah 40, verse 3. If you do not have a Bible that has the divine name spelled out, it would have the all-cap Lord representing the divine name, which is the typical substitute that was utilized. And so, as I said, here are some of the various Bibles and or scholars that acknowledge the divine name in the New Testament in some way, shape, or form. The New King James has, by my count, so some of these numbers, some of these are just my searching through, by my count, 67 times that there's an all-cap Lord found in the New Testament, in the New King James. There's the Hutter Polyglot, has some 244 times, which is the largest number. I don't agree with all their times, by the way. Sweet, Westcott, and Hort had 42 times. Eliot had 33 times. The Watchtower New World Translation had 220 times. The Hebrew New Testament on eSword had 129 times. The Tree of Life Bible had 126 times, and the Complete Jewish Bible has 136 times. Other New Testament other scholars that acknowledge the use of the divine name and find the meaning in the New Testament are Larry Hurtado, Richard Bachman, Gordon Fee, David Bernard, David Norris, Stephen Beardsley, just to name some New Testament or modern people that acknowledge the divine name occurring in the New Testament. The critical thing is finding those times where it means Yahweh and the critical interpretation associated. God bless you.